In his campaign, why am I doing this? Like Hillary Clinton. It's your boy drewphonix. All this talk about the Trump executive orders and the Muslim ban and all this stuff got me kind of thinking, how's the Trump presidency gonna affect us freelancers? So really the question is, what's in it for us? How are we gonna be affected by his presidency? A few of the things that I think about, he claims that he is a businessman. He's gonna run our country like a business. The question is, why is this an important question about how freelancers will fare under Trump? Let's think about that for 1 minute. Freelancers make up 55 million of the 124 million full-time workers in this country. That's a big number. That's like almost half or a quarter, or y'all don't come here for a math lesson, right? That's a huge economic base if you think about it. 55 million people in this country are freelancers. A lot of the policies that he's going to implement, that any politician implements, is going to affect us somehow. I'm not a Trump supporter, guys, and I'm not criticizing him either. I'm just interested in examining how his presidency is going to affect us. Let's get into it. Here's my first point. In his campaign, he's talked about how he's going to put Americans first, as any president should. And specifically when it comes to jobs. He's mentioned specifically in bringing back manufacturing jobs into our country to help our economy and to help create new jobs, which is kind of ridiculous if you think about it, because probably by I think it was the year 2000, most manufacturing jobs disappeared and were really traded in for either IT or tech jobs and mainly customer service. The service industry was popping since 2000, not manufacturing jobs. There's barely any anymore. Besides, we're freelancers. Most of our jobs are going to be in the IT and the technology sector and the creative fields as well. That's really not going to do anything for us. And for the record, 45% of freelancers supported Hillary, while 33% of freelancers supported Trump. The rest didn't really care for either, and I was a part of that group because I didn't care for either of them. I don't give a crap about none of them. But he has campaigned on some things that if he actually follows through, then it'll be great for us freelancers. Specifically, it'll create opportunities, more job opportunities for us. Specifically, his administration has talked about simplifying the tax codes, lower taxes, and a stronger economy. And if he delivers on these things, that's really great for us. He's specifically spoken about less regulation on workers' classification, which is reportedly the largest barrier for companies to hire more freelancers. The only bad thing about that is that it effectively means that there is less protection for the employed to guarantee their wages. But if you're here, you're a freelancer. And as freelancers, we all know there's really no way to guarantee getting paid, right? We're just looking out for ourselves regardless. So that doesn't really affect us. But this is good news for us, because think about it. Companies will be more willing to hire freelancers now because there will be less regulation, which is good for us. Not good for the employed, so sorry for the employed here. I always advocate everybody go freelance because it's a blessing. Trust me. So here's my second point, y'all. Second point. Trump has never, ever mentioned anything about freelancers, ever. In fact, I can't even think of any president or politician that ever has. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but I can't think of any. And Trump definitely has not addressed us. What does that mean? That means if he does help us out, it'll be by accident. He's not looking out for us. He's looking out for himself. Think about that. And how do I know that? You can already tell by all the executive orders and the Muslim ban and all these things that are going on that he's just writing these things off and he's just doing this to show that he's doing something. He's really doing these things to save his ass. So think about it. He's looking out for himself. We need to look out for ourselves too. What are some of the ways that you can look out for yourself as a freelancer? You can obviously take to local and state governments. Think about this here. Last October, New York City actually passed the Freelance is Not Free Act, which is the first time any city, any state, anywhere in this country has ever passed something that guarantees wage protection for freelancers. And the great thing about the Freelance is Not Free Act is that it actually started as an online petition. So think about that. People were getting in online. Thousands of people, hundreds and thousands of people actually signed that petition and implemented a change in New York City. I feel good about that because I signed that petition.
Hey, but you live in Florida.
Like I said before, even though Trump is not really going to help us, at least we know that the Republicans coming into office now, or they're in office, in Congress, and in the Trump administration are pro-business and pro-deregulation, which does help us if you're a freelancer. This is my third point. Don't be fooled by any of this. And let me tell you why. Donald Trump is the president. This is the most crooked man that has ever existed. Think about this for one moment. In the last 30 years, he's acquired over 3,000 lawsuits. That's 100 lawsuits a year. Can you imagine if you were taking 100 lawsuits in any given year? That's insane. Think about why he has all these lawsuits. The man has a record of screwing over mom and pop businesses. He has these mom and pop shops do work for him. After they complete the work, he renegotiates to pay less, or he dodges the payments altogether, knowing that these mom and pop shops and small businesses cannot pursue him. They don't, their pockets aren't deep enough to pursue him. He knows that, and he just dips on them. He doesn't pay them any money. That's every freelancer's worst fear. I don't know about y'all, but I can't stand it when that has happened to me in the past, and I'll give you guys some stories of that in another video, because I have quite a few stories I want to share with y'all about that. That's our president, a crony capitalist. That's what he is. He's a crony capitalist. Think about this. Same way that all of his racist rhetoric and remarks has emboldened all those neo-Nazi freaks and alt-white, pun intended with that alt-white statement, is the same way crony capitalists are coming out the woodwork. Think about that for 1 second. That potentially means that if you get a big contract or you get a big company that comes to you and asks you for work, I believe that these people may try to screw you over for your money because they may feel like they're more empowered to do so because look who's our president. Which is why it's more important now than ever to adapt a
"fuck you, pay me." Oh, you had a fire? Fuck you, pay me. Place got hit by lightning, huh? Fuck you, pay me.
attitude. Oh my God, I hate it. I hate having to chase people down for money. I hate it. Even when there's a contract, some of these people will try to dodge you. I hate it so much, which is why this year, I swear to God, if anyone pulls this stunt on me, I'm not going to court with them. I'm gonna tell them,
catch me outside, how about that?
Catch you outside? What does that mean?
am I right? I'm just saying, y'all. As a freelancer, no one has your back but yourself. No one. It's all on you. And if you got a family, you gotta love family, obviously. And my girlfriend wants me to say home. And, you really have to be looking out for yourself because you gotta treat your freelancing as a business. Even though we do this because we love the art, we love the craft, we need to come up with ways to stay paid in 2017 as freelancers. There's really no question about it. No one has your back except for yourself. And hopefully when you come here and you watch my videos, I can share my experiences with y'all and my opinions so that way you guys can stay educated as I educate myself. In the very next video, guys, we're going to be talking about strategies and ways to stay paid in 2017. So if you want to check that out, definitely subscribe to drewphonix. You can also catch me on social media. All of that is at drewphonix. I'll put the links down in the description. I'll also put a link to the Freelance Isn't Free petition so that way you guys can see that. And yeah, we out of here. In a video coming up very soon, we're going to talk about ways to stay paid in 2017 and strategies. Shut up. Shut your goddamn mouth. I'm almost done. You're so annoying. All right. Why'd you interrupt me? That was good.
Yeah, you're going to put that in there. Because you're talking about business and how, you should be professional and everything. And yet, what tropical smoothie? Why?
Oh my God.
This is my vision, not yours.
It's mine. It's mine. It's my vision. Okay.
Maybe wrap it up.